Alright, welcome back to another video today, and today guys we are driving the Railton because this is what we unlocked last week, and this car is pretty awesome. But today we are doing another car, which is a new Toyota, because Toyota is coming. There's a new Toyota every month since Toyota is back in the game, and this is our new Toyota for the month, so let's get right into it. Toyota 2000 GT. So I'm not a huge fan of this car. Mainly, I'm just not the biggest fan of it. I don't really like the look of it. So yeah, today we're gonna be driving the Supra. Oh wait, I mean the 2000 GT. See, not a big fan of it, but I mean it's not terrible. You know, it's got pop-up headlights. It was a James Bond car, and it's worth like over $500,000 now because it's so rare. It's a pretty cool car. Oh, that's a cool sound. I do like the sound of this car, that's for sure. Oh, that sounds so cool. Just listen to those crackles. Oh, that's super cool.
You have arrived at your destination.
Oh man, I mean, I'm kind of falling in love with this car. It's got the old wooden steering wheel. Old school right here. So yeah, like I said, this car is super rare. It was a James Bond car, and the cool thing is this car is so small that James Bond, the actor for James Bond, he's only 6'2" and he couldn't fit in this car, so they had to cut the top off and make it a convertible. So that's pretty crazy, because if you cut the top off now, it'd be like cutting off, I don't know, like a Veneno. Well, that's a little excessive, but it's like cutting off a 720S, a McLaren P1, a Centenario. It's like cutting the top off of that. It's not good. Don't cut off the top if you have one of these. So yeah, that's the engine. And I don't know what those wires were, but that's the battery down there in that little slot. And then I don't know what these are for. They're just there for extra space. This car is pretty cool, but I'm not the biggest fan of them. But it's got pop-up headlights, so that's 1 point for the Toyota right there. Like I said, not the biggest fan of the car. I mean, it's cool, it sounds pretty awesome, but it's just not one of those cars that I really like. I don't like the look of it, but it is probably one of the greatest Toyotas ever made, so you kind of have to give it props. So let's get into a race. So yeah, this was supposed to be a Nissan, but then it turned out to be a Toyota. So I think, I'm gonna be honest with you, the Nissan Fairlady right there kind of has the same looks as this, and I bet that's what they were kind of going for. But still, this car is now over $500,000. But back in 1969 and back in 1970, you could buy this car for $6,000. And I mean, that's a lot of money back then, but it's insane that now it's over $500,000, because there's only 350 of these made in the world. So yeah, don't cut the roof out, like I said. Yeah, but this car is so small. I can't get over the size of this car. It's a really small car. It doesn't seem small, but if the actor for James Bond he can't fit in this car, 6'2" for a guy, not that insane. I mean, it's tall, but not that insane. So, being able not to fit in this car, that's just insane to me. That just makes me laugh. Toyota made it a really small car. It's probably because of the Asians. They're always short. That was a bad joke. I shouldn't say that. Everything is smaller in Japan and China, so... I wonder if the bats are smaller in China. I wonder if you could eat one. That's what the guy that got coronavirus first said. Yeah, but, I mean, I don't really like the look of this car, but, I mean, it's not a bad-looking car. It's just not what I would prefer. The sound is good. The size is hilarious. And the look, yeah. It's just not the best look, but it's... I don't hate it. I just don't like it, you know? So, don't give me hate for that. But we're gonna turn this car into the coolest race car ever. Oh, boys. I love the sound of this car. I can't get over it. I mean, when you just let it pop, when you stop accelerating on it. I mean, I'm not gonna do it now because I'm head-to-head with this Nissan. Look at the Nissan GTR right next to that. Look at that. Here, come here. Look at this. I'm gonna go right next to it. Look how huge that is. Holy crap. I didn't even know. Like, I knew this car was small, but that is small. I mean, it looks like you're playing with, like, a toy Hot Wheel or something, and then you're, like, racing against real-life cars. This car is so small. Did you see that Nissan? We were right next to that Nissan, and it was, like, huge. That GTR, that 1971 GTR was huge. Ah, I'm not going to win this race. The fair lady has it on me. I mean, being a really small car, it's really light. Look at the GTR. It looks like a freaking monster truck compared to this. It's huge. Alright. That's second place. That's okay. Alright. So what do we have for engine swaps? 3.2 liter inline 6, a 6.2 liter V8, a 1.6L i4 inline 4 turbo rally, and a racing V12, or not a racing V12, a 5.2 liter V12, but still a V12. What? Why would this thing go in? That doesn't make any sense to me. That's not a good motor at all. I mean, I'm probably gonna put the turbo rally in it. And that's a BMW engine. Why is there's no, like, what's that engine called? I can't remember it, but if you watch AR12's stream, he was complaining about this. Like, where's the engine? Like, go watch his stream or his YouTube video that will be going up. Because I can't remember the name, but there was this really specific engine that he wanted, and I kind of want it too. Like, why is there a BMW engine? Alright, well, I kind of don't want to change the engine in this, just because of the sound, but, like, it probably will sound pretty good with a BMW engine in it too, but, man, that exhaust, that is a cool exhaust. I really like that. But if you put all-wheel drive, here comes the acceleration launch speed going all the way up. Oh yeah, drift suspension. This car totally needs a drift tune, but I don't know. I'm making it a race car. I'm not a big fan of the drift cars or the stance cars, but if you are, go make one with this car because this car is super cool. I don't like the look of it. I don't know why. I just don't like the look of it. But it's super cool car. It's one of the greatest Toyotas ever made. So that just tells you all of it. Those look really cool. I kind of like that look. Pretty sure there's a better one. Hold on. I didn't watch AR12's whole stream, but I know he was complaining about an engine, so. Oh, those look cool. I like those. Those are going on the Toyota 2000 GT. Engine spacers. Yes. We need those. We need the space. Okay, what do we have? We can put a splitter, or we can remove those two little bumper things. But I'm gonna be honest, you get better handling and better braking when you do that. So, ooh, I thought it was gonna be like a dumb gay Forza wing or something like that, but actually, I kind of like that. I kind of like the look of that. And then take off that. All right. $95,000 later. Oh my gosh. Okay. The weight was 2,550 pounds originally, which is super light, but we got 200 pounds off of it. We got 2,378 pounds. And the original horsepower is 150 horsepower, and now it's 761 horsepower. That's pretty good. But I think it needs, like, it just doesn't seem like it's going to be good enough. We need something. It will be fun to, like, drive around with. Like, it will be fun to drive around, but it's not going to be that car that you really want to race with. You're not going to do anything good online with this car. I kind of want to make my blue. Oh, yeah, that looks cool. That is going on right there. I think we're going to go with black. And we're going to... There we go. Look at that. We're all out here making a race car from 1969. The meme. Literally, Toyota was memeing out here. In 1969, they make the greatest Toyota ever. Like, perfect time to start, am I right? 69. That's not a funny joke anymore. I'm just gonna stop. I told you it's gonna sound pretty good with a BMW motor in it. Oh, that sounds cool. It doesn't have the crackles like it used to have, but this isn't a bad sound. I like this. It sounds a lot better. That blue looks really nice, gonna be honest. The pop-up headlights are staring at you. And we're off. It just had to be winter, didn't it? God, this car is so much faster than it was before. Oh, jeez. Right into the wall. That car's doing wheelies. What? You good, dude? Look at that. That guy is doing wheelies. See you later, dude. I mean, the acceleration is pretty good. We're flying. And we're gonna fly off the road. It needed wider wheels. When I was widening the wheels, they weren't wide enough, so we're kind of losing traction. We don't have a lot of grip. We need a new motor. We need wider wheels. This car is... it's okay. This car is actually not bad. Like, I kind of like it. It's really fast, but it needs way more grip. Like, geez, these wheels are not wide enough. Oh, and I fly off the mountain. Was not paying attention. Carol Shelby owned 2 of these, so they have to be good at racing. Oh, right into the wall. And then we're going off-road. But nobody's catching up because this car is flying down the road. Zoom. Last lap, here we go. I kind of like the old sound a little bit better, but this sounds pretty good still. Like, I like the BMW engines, but I think we need to put the original engine back on it. Just to make it sound a little bit better. But if you want a race car, don't put the original engine in it. First place. Alright guys, so now here's a little bit of feedback for this car. It's definitely not my favorite. I mean, it sounded good with the original motor in it, and it sounds good with the BMW motor in it, but it just is missing something. I don't really know. It's missing that engine that AR12 was talking about, and it's missing. It's just, I don't know. I just don't know. I went into this not thinking the car was cool, and then when I performanced it and drove it around a little bit, I thought it was way cooler, and I was like, man, I'm actually kind of liking this car. And then I raced with it. It needs wider wheels because it loses grip, and it's just not the best car. It's got a cool and funny history because it's so small, but it's just, it's not the best looking car. It's not the fastest car. It's not the coolest car. It's just a fun car to drive around. And I think we'll leave it there. So I'll see you guys in the next one.